Hi, welcome back to another Tuesday with Terry. Like promised, I am going to tell you today my favorite Christian resource when it comes to the Enneagram, and we're just going to narrow it down and get to the bottom line on this test and what it all means. Today we're going to chat about the Enneagram. My channel is all about discovering God the healer, finding out where he's at, where healing's at, and how we can uncover the best version of ourselves possible. And I believe that getting to the root of how we're wired, what makes us tick, what ticks us off, is a crucial part in discovering healing. And so today I want to chat with you about this book called The Road Back to You. The authors are Ian Morgan Crone and Suzanne Stabile. This book is available on Amazon. I love this book. I love the writer. I don't think I've ever read a book where I felt like, oh my gosh, I wish I can capture sarcasm and humor like they do. This is just such a great book. The Enneagram can seem overwhelming though, and I know, again, I like to highlight on our channel Christian resources because sometimes we get freaked out. We see this Enneagram, is this the upside down, whatever, the demonic this. We don't know what all this symbol stuff is. This book is a great, safe resource. So before we even get started, let's just go through all 9 of the numbers associated to a core motivation. What drives you, what propels you, and what's the core root of what's going on beneath your hood. So here's the 9 numbers. I'm just going to recap them for you really quick. 1 is the perfectionist, ethical, dedicated, and reliable. They're motivated by desire to live the right way, improve the world, and avoid fault and blame. 2, the helper, warm, caring, and giving. They are motivated by a need to be loved and needed and to avoid acknowledging their own needs. 3, the performer, success-oriented, image-conscious, and wired for productivity. They are motivated by a need to be or appear to be successful and to avoid failure. Type 4, the romantic, creative, sensitive, and moody. They are motivated by a need to be understood, experience their oversized feelings, and avoid being ordinary. Type 5, the investigator, analytical, detached, and private. They are motivated by a need to gain knowledge, conserve energy, and avoid relying on others. Type 6, the loyalist, committed, practical, and witty. They are worst case scenario thinkers who are motivated by fear and the need for security. Type 7, the enthusiast, fun, spontaneous, and adventurous. They are motivated by a need to be happy, to plan stimulating experiences, and to avoid pain. Type 8, the challenger, commanding, intense, and confrontational. They are motivated by a need to be strong and avoid feeling weak or vulnerable. Type 9, the peacemaker, pleasant, laid back, and accommodating. They are motivated by a need to keep the peace, merge with others, and avoid conflict. That's a quick look at the 9 personality types. Now, some information about the Enneagram that I think freaks people out and seems too confusing, and is the very thing that I love about this personality test, is that it's not limited to one thing. There's a lot of tests that you take, and that's who you are, and that's it. There's no fluidity, no movement in the possibility of a PMS day or when somebody passes away. It's just, there's no room for emotional ups and downs. What they do is they break the 9 numbers down into 3 triads. It's another way to show how you habitually take in, process, and respond to life. So your personality and your number is lump summed into one of these. This is another way to really zero in on who you are. There's the heart or feeling triad, there's the head or fear triad, and there's the gut or anger triad. There's no way that you've heard of the Enneagram test and not have heard of the wings, okay? This brings a lot of confusion. A lot of people don't understand. If I'm this, what's the wing? And we just kind of shut down, which is always interesting to me because it also reveals a part of who you are in the personalities. But the wings just indicate, and it gives some more fluidity, again, some options, that it's the numbers you're nestled between. So if you're a 3, like myself, for example, I'm nestled between a 2 and a 4. What that means is there are certain times, certain upbringings, things that maybe cause me to borrow some of that other personality. Okay, so I can see a little bit of me in either the 3 or the 4, most likely. And so that's what the wings are. Don't be afraid of the wings. Study the wing and find out, because you will see, oh yeah, that's me a good portion of that time too. And I think it's just a better understanding, and it gives us a little bit more fluidity on who we are. So don't be freaked out by the wings. The wings are just associating you to the number to your right or to your left. Then there's the stress and security factor of the Enneagram, and it's one of my favorite dynamics and brought me the most clarity. And it's because when you see the diagram of the Enneagram, you see the numbers. Now you'll understand the triads because you'll see groupings. But then you see all these arrows that are going all different directions. What that means is, so my core number is 3. When I'm in stress, my arrow points to the 9. Okay, and I resemble some of the temperament of the 9, which to me makes perfect sense, because if you watch the video I posted last week, my husband's a 9. So we're like the scary polar opposites. But sometimes I never understood why him and I really get along as well. And it's because when I'm tired, when I'm taxed, when I'm spent, and I'm what this book would refer to in my stress level, I reflect my husband, Paul. Okay, so what happens is we could both cuddle up and watch Netflix for an entire weekend and not think twice about it. That comes to him naturally, but it comes to me when I'm under stress. It has helped me identify, wait, I'm acting a little bit like Paul right now, so what am I stressed out about? And it's helped me know I'm overworked, I'm underappreciated, there's something that's going on that's making me under stress. I love this portion of the Enneagram. But the other part of that is security. There's a security when you're functioning on all cylinders and you're just firing at your finest. There's an arrow that's coming at your number. Mine is the 6. So when I'm on top of it, I exhibit the characteristics of the 6. So I'm happy, I'm jovial, I'm the life of the party, I'm humorous. And so that's a good indication to me. When I'm my 3, which tends to focus on self and be overly concerned about what people think about me, it also helps me understand why I can walk into a room and sing karaoke. If I'm overly concerned about people and what they think of me, how can I have that level of confidence? This understanding of stress and securities helped me understand it's because in my life, I'm secure. In my job, what I'm doing, I'm finding security in. And so it's breeding this fun side of me, this no fear side of me. And so I love the portion, again, how they explain it. The humor that's used in this book is fabulous. And I love the idea of the stress and security, again, giving us fluidity. I think one of the biggest things about the book is that they go the extra mile in this book. So they're gonna give you some options. If you say, okay, like for me, I'm a number 3, their advice to you is to find out who you are when you were 20. Okay, look at, like for my age, that was a while back. So you look at the time when you thought you were all that in a bag of chips, and you weren't really teachable, and you thought you knew everything. Look at that age of yourself and determine how you functioned. Observe yourself in that moment. Who were you? That helps you identify your gift. But then one of the things that they do is they help you understand that you may not still be there. They give you a layout. Again, there's more fluidity. They tell you in this book the unhealthy version of your number, when you're functioning as the average version of your number, or when you're really firing as a healthy, mature version of your number. Again, it gives you some room to not say, oh, that's not me, because maybe it's not who you are now, but it's who you were at 20. I love that. They also give you information about who were you at work, how were you in relationships, what were you like as a child. Again, just a whole nother level to help you identify about yourself. It brings so much healing. But I think one of the most powerful things about this book is the deadly sins section. Every gift, every motivation, every personality has a deadly sin. We all know that we cannot see what's all around us. We're seeing what's ahead of us. We're seeing in a limited version of ourselves. But the deadly sin gives us a scary view of our personality and the part that we are unaware of. It's powerful. If you want to walk in the healthiest, whole version of yourself, you need to be willing to know what is it that you're doing that's crippling you in your growth, in your healing, in walking in your fullest potential and destiny. So in this book, here is how they define deadly sin. And I absolutely love this definition for anything when it comes to the word sin. Sins are fixations that prevent the energy of life, God's love, from flowing freely. Let me say that again. Sins are fixations. Do you find yourself fixated on anything? That prevent the energy of life, God's love, from flowing freely. They are without a doubt, self-erected blockades. Self-erected blockades that cut us off from God and hence from our own authentic potential. So I just want to bless you. I want to remind you, I'm going to be sharing several books in the next couple weeks that in my hiatus from YouTube really changed my life. So like and subscribe to this channel so on Tuesdays you know when I release that next video. You're not going to want to miss some of the resources that came to me in my downtime. And so I just want to bless us right now with this understanding of the deadly sins of our personalities, because maybe yours right now is telling you, I'm not buying that book. Nobody's going to put me in a box. Nobody's going to tell me who I am. Those are deadly sins. That's a temperament. That's something coming at you, preventing you from seeing your full potential. So Father, I just bless us right now with more of you. No fear. There's not enough time, guys, to have any more fear, to walk in your fullest potential. So Father, bless us. Bless us with confidence that we can take a look inside of our hearts with your help to unlock all that you have for us, our fullest potential. So I bless you today. I bless you the rest of this week to marinate. Get this book. It's a great book, The Road Back to You. Have a great day.